Good morning, children. Today we will start with a new chapter, that is excretory products and their elimination. So, in excretory products, we are going to study about the nitrogenous waste in animals. Now, what is the definition? Definition of excretion is: it is a process of removal of nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia, urea or uric acid produced during metabolic activities. As you all know, so many harmful substances has to be eliminated from our body, but when we talk about excretion, so mostly it is removal of nitrogenous waste, and this nitrogenous waste can be in the form of ammonia or urea or uric acid. Now, if you see, children, from where does this nitrogenous waste come in our body? When we eat proteins, proteins contain nitrogen. If you see, proteins contain carbon, hydrogen, oxygen and nitrogen. So, the nitrogen from the proteins, when the metabolic activities take place, the food is digested, the nitrogenous waste has to be eliminated. So it comes from proteins. Second, it is nucleic acid. What are nucleic acid? The DNA and RNA. When these nucleic acids are also broken down during digestion, they also form nitrogenous waste. So nitrogenous waste are formed from proteins and nucleic acid after the metabolic activities, the chemical processes which occur in our body, and the nitrogenous waste now have to be removed. So this nitrogenous waste can be in the form of ammonia or urea or uric acid. In some aquatic organisms, this nitrogenous waste is excreted in the form of ammonia. In mammals, because those are terrestrial mostly, most amphibians, but some sharks and some bony fishes, it is eliminated in the form of urea. And birds, insects, many reptiles and land snails, it is removed in the form of uric acid. So those organisms which excrete ammonia are known as ammonotelic. These are bony fishes, aquatic amphibians and aquatic insects. Those which excrete urea are known as ureotelic. So mammals and terrestrial amphibians. And those which excrete in the form of uric acid, they are known as uricotelic. These are reptiles, birds and land snakes. Now, if you see process of excretion, those which excrete ammonia are known as, that process is known as ammonotellage. Those which excrete urea is known as ureotellage. And which organism excrete uric acid, that is known as, the process is known as uricotellage. Now, let's start about with ammonotellage. Now, what is ammonotellage? When ammonia is the waste product. So the process of excretion of ammonia is known as ammonotellage, and this ammonia is mostly excreted in the form of ammonium ions. See, children, now what happens? Ammonia is highly toxic. After the metabolic processes occur in our body, ammonia is formed. First ammonia is formed, but this ammonia is very toxic, so it cannot be retained in the body. So it has to be eliminated as rapidly as it is formed. So ammonia is readily soluble. It is very soluble in water, so they easily cross the membranes. So generally excreted by diffusion across body surfaces or gill surfaces. So from the body they move outside to the water bodies. So as it is formed, it is excreted out. So mostly it occurs in organisms which are aquatic, because aquatic organisms have a lot of water which helps in the removal of nitrogenous waste in the form of ammonia. In these organisms, kidneys do not play any role in its removal. So it is through the process of diffusion, either through the body surface or through the gill surface. And mostly in fishes, it is released in the form of ammonium ions, means NH4 plus. So these are the organisms, and what are these are known as monotelic animals, and examples are bony fishes, aquatic amphibians, and aquatic insects. Now let us see ureotelic. Now this process occurs mostly in mammals and amphibians and some marine fishes. Now when ammonia is produced, ammonia is quite toxic. So this ammonia is converted into urea in the liver, because we all do not have sufficient amount of water to throw ammonia immediately as it is formed. So this ammonia is converted into urea, and so it needs less water for elimination, and it is less toxic in comparison to ammonia. In the liver, these ammonium ions immediately combined with carbon dioxide to form urea, and this is known as urea cycle. But the synthesis of urea needs a lot of energy also. But then also it is very helpful, because urea is 1 lakh times less toxic than ammonia. So, and this can be retained in the body for some time. You can store urine in your urinary bladder for some time. It is not eliminated immediately it is formed, because it is less toxic than ammonia. So we can afford to excrete it at a slower rate. And so the waste is released into blood and excreted out by kidneys. So some amount of urea is retained to maintain osmolarity. What is the meaning of this, children? Because the ionic balance and water balance of our body should be maintained. Do you know isotonic solution or hypertonic solution? Because if any solution will be dilute and it's in contact with a concentrated solution, so the water from dilute solution will go to the concentrated solution. Water always goes from where there is more to where there is less till it becomes equal. So these kidneys play a role in removing the nitrogenous waste, as also in osmoregulation. What is osmoregulation? The process in which the ionic balance or the salt balance and the water balance of our body is maintained. Otherwise, what will happen? If the blood will become concentrate, the water from the cells will move into the blood. So to maintain its concentration, some urea is retained in the kidneys also. We'll study in detail in the next topics also. So urea is eliminated, but some urea is retained in the kidneys to maintain the osmotic balance. So kidneys function in the process of excretion as well as osmoregulation. What is osmoregulation? Do you know osmosis? So osmoregulation to maintain water and ionic balance of the body. So this ureotelic or removal of urea occurs in mammals, many terrestrial amphibians, and marine fishes. Now the next process is uricotelic. So what is uricotelic, children? Now the waste is in the form of uric acid, and so these, see, that is less toxic than urea, animals which live in very dry condition, like in deserts, like lizards, some insects. So what have to conserve a lot of water. They cannot excrete water from their bodies. So this urea changes into or this ammonia changes into uric acid crystals. So these uric acid crystals do not need water for elimination and are non-toxic, and they are almost insoluble in water. So they help in conserving the water in these animals which live in very dry conditions. So uric acid is less toxic also, so it can be retained in the body for a very long time. So mostly it occurs in your land snails or birds and reptiles. Have you ever seen any bird urinating? No, na? Because their nitrogenous waste comes in the form of a paste, or sometimes this nitrogenous waste, if you'll see in lizards and all, it is excreted in the form of pellets. So animals which need to conserve water, they change this nitrogenous waste into uric acid. So because uric acid is least toxic in comparison to these three nitrogenous waste, it is less soluble in water also, so animals conserve water with minimum water loss. And waste is released in the form of paste or pellet. Have you seen? Small like in you may have seen of lizards which live in our houses, or sometimes of rats and all. These are small solid pieces which has the digested waste as well as the nitrogenous waste, and so these organisms are known as uricotelic animals. So let's see the difference also in short. You can just think of that. Animals which excrete ammonia are known as ammonotelic. Those which excrete urea are known as ureotelic, and those which excrete uric acid are known as uricotelic. And excretion of ammonia is known as ammonotelic, urea is known as ureotelic, and uric acid is known as uricotelic. In ammonia as a waste, very little energy is needed, and ureotelic, more energy in producing urea, and in uric acid, far more energy in producing uric acid. In ammonia, a lot of water is needed for elimination, and urea, less loss of body water, and in uric acid, minimum loss of water to remove this nitrogenous waste. So these are the different types of waste: ammonia, urea and uric acid. Now see certain excretory organs of different other animals. Like in Platyhelminthes, you have only to you should only know the names: Protonephridia or flame cells. Platyhelminthes, these are flatworms. Annelida, like earthworm, their excretory organs are known as nephridia. Like insects, like cockroaches and all, the excretory organs are known as Malpighian tubules. And like prawn, these are antenatal glands or green glands, and in vertebrates the excretory organs are kittens. So these are the excretory organs of different organisms which help them to remove the nitrogenous waste. Thank you.